pine trees over there, Wendy, are on the property.
Okay.
That's the corner. That would be a pretty home site, nestled in the edge of those trees, overlook this pond.
Oh, yeah.
Be a real pretty home site.
Oh, look at this.
That's the property line over there.
The fence?
And I think you guys may have looked at that 113 acres over
Yes.
there.
Yes, we did. Hang on, baby. So it said that there was a low area.
What now?
On there, did it say that there's a flood area or
Yeah,
low area?
I noted roughly the flood area. I took this off
Okay.
the flood map. All it is these ditches, just
More-
drain ditches up here, just it comes off this property.
Uh-huh.
The ditches just overflow is all it is.
Okay.
It's a 100-year flood. And you could get an engineer, he'd probably come up. I just did this in no time, 10 minutes, as far as A, B, C, D, and E.
Really? So where's the property line from here? Do you know where we're at?
On the other side of where those purple, next to the wood line on the other side where those purple.
Okay.
These are some nice places to put a house. Again, if you cut out some of the smaller trees, the bigger trees would grow better, have a little moisture.
Is it this fence line here?
Beg your pardon?
It goes beyond this fence line. It goes down there.
We're gonna go out to Highway 110. All right, Wendy, this is the corner with the McClark, David and Kirk McClark, right? We're right here.
Okay.
We're going through this gap. And so that corner, that's their land over there. This fence line is the Lyles property. And at this point, the property is a quarter of a mile wide, okay? Where we were back there is a half a mile wide, where the pond was and everything.
Okay.
This becomes a quarter of a mile wide, 1,320 feet wide.
Okay.
crossing.
No, no, ma'am. This is not ours. Go where?
Back there.
We will. We're gonna just see what's up here, though we're gonna drive back that way too. Hang on to my arm though. Hang on, it's gonna get bumpy.
I'm gonna hang on back here.
I think you need to sit.
Of course, this drives up in the summertime.
Does it?
Yeah. Just they call it a wet weather ditch. This is the prettiest scope of hardwoods on the whole property. Over here, be a nice home site.
Wow, that is pretty.
But you're kind of close to 110, so you're gonna hear the traffic.
Mhm.
Somebody would buy it.
Right.
Now, this is a very big disappointment. The guy, he was a contractor. He was a commercial contractor. And bless his soul, he passed away, dropped dead at the Montgomery Country Club, working out. He was a friend of mine. But he was just a hoarder, and he's got all this stuff out here like it needs to be hauled off. So I'm guessing you're looking at $5,000, I don't know, to haul off all this stuff that you don't want. Old corrugated metal pipes. Those are usable, those over there. I'd keep those. But he was just real disorganized. I'm sure he had plans of cleaning it up one day.
I've seen worse. Said I've seen worse.
Yeah. He got that old truck over there, and brush pile needs to be burned. The barn needs to be either torn down or renovated. I would say torn down eventually.
That barn goes with the property?
Oh yeah. It could be improved, but eventually it's going to need to go. Somebody's going to want a house. You're going to want a nice entrance, and the barn takes away from the. You must have a good battery. My phone would be dead if I videoed that much.
Really? What's that? Metal box. You know what that is?
It was a tool shed just to keep lock up tools.
Okay.
Do you want to get out and look at the barn? Or
Sure.
You're okay.
Okay, Isla, are you gonna come walk
I
with
guess
me?
y'all maybe find a use for it for a while.
Just watch your step. There could be snakes. I'm gonna go in it so I can get a better. Looks like that's our entrance. Okay, walk on this, Isla. Walk behind me. Okay.
It just needs some roof repair, and I guess you can put hay in there. Structurally, it looks like it's in decent shape.
Yeah, looks fairly new, this stuff. Carpenter bees.
Most of the farmers are going to big round bales now, so they don't use these square bales. They don't store much. But maybe you could put you feed alfalfa hay to your horses?
No.
Lights. Is there a
Put hay
light?
in here for horses if you wanted to.
Interesting. Oh, and there's a truck.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a year.
No.
Decorative truck.
I wanted them to clean this place up, Wendy, but there's
Okay, get behind me.
there's about 8 or 10 owners. You know, they can't agree on anything. They don't want to spend any money.
I'm gonna walk back there real quick.
A lot of them get these old metal buildings and use them for tool storage.
The baby plant grow. So we can step on them.
Did you find a flower owl?
So that fence down there?
That's the one.
Okay. Right there.
We can ride over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, babe. Hang on. I don't want you by there. So that property is for sure Pike Road.
That's Robinson Pike Road.
Okay. Girl, you're scaring me.
We sold that property one time. We sold it twice. One time for 15,000 acre, one time for 18,000 an acre.
Oh, wow.
And then it went into foreclosure at the bank. And this Vietnamese, he's some kind of Asian doctor. I don't know what kind of.
This will open and you can fall out. Don't touch the door. Isla, you can hang on to Mama's leg.
And I can find out what he paid. I think it was 10 an acre. That's the property. This is what I've got marked as
The
as-
flood
as
area.
one team flat that just comes out of this ditch and floods.
Okay.
It's very rare. I mean, I come out here all the time, and I'm born and raised out here. I've rarely seen it flood, but it definitely is on the flood map. So
I've seen it flood one time.
yeah,
Up high enough that it was up to the road.
big part.
Up to the road.
Yeah,
Up here.
it was actually last March. It was the worst flood I've ever seen. It was flash flood last March.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, flash flood. And he's married to one of Duncan's sisters, and he is the executor of the estate.
Okay.
And he's the one I'm dealing with. He's in Birmingham. He can call the shots. Pretty old oak trees in
I
this,
love them.
this grove of woods.
careful. I don't want you falling out.
You couldn't have two better neighbors than David and Kirk McClurkin. They just salt of the earth.
Really?
Yeah. They're the kind of folks, if you ever got stuck or had a problem with a trespasser or you call them, they'd come like in a heartbeat. Once you get to know them, they just, their mother and daddy were that way.
That's neat.
That could be really beautiful, cleaned up. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
pretty in the summer.
Okay, hang on. We're going over this now. Hang on.
You ever met Johnny Blanchard? He's a apartment, big time apartment developer, lives out in Wind Lakes in a mansion. He might be a prospect for 40 acres. He looked at it, liked it, but didn't want to buy and hold the thing.
Okay.
He's got a beautiful home. Right, you can see it from the clubhouse. It's right on the 18th green. It's just a gorgeous house. He wants to move. He wants more land.
Oh, that's where the property started.